My name is Daniel. My matric number is 26114. The three things I have learned from chapter 15, pricing strategy. First is the pricing. It's a strategy that occurs in many markets, and particularly for new and innovative product or service, and involves consumer being willing to pay a higher price to obtain the new product or service. Second is the market penetration. Pricing is a new product or service pricing strategy in which the initial price is set relatively low with the objective of building sales, market share, and profit quickly, and to deter the competition from entering the market. The third is the seasonal discount that are offered to consumers are price reduction offered on products and services to simulate the demand during off-peak season. In contrast, a season discount in B2B setting is a pricing tactic that offers an additional reduction as a incentive to retailers to order merchandise in advance of the normal buying season. The two questions I still have about the topic in chapter 15 is, when is a sale not really a sale? And the two question is, what mean the bait and the switch? Lastly, the one thing I have learned from reflection of group member is multiple perspective. The group work helped me to see things from other people's perspective. If I did the task of my own, I might not have two of some of the idea that my team member contribute to the project. Each team member might have a different set of skills. I have learned how to make my group member strength to make the final contribution as good as it can be. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is YONG. My matric number is 26190. I have learned the price strategy in chapter 15, which is the method that the firm used to set their price. There are three methods, which are value-based pricing, competition-based pricing, and cost-based pricing. The value-based pricing is a strategy of setting price primarily based on a consumer perceived value of a product or service. Well, competition-based pricing is the pricing strategy in which a company sets the price for its product after observing the competitors. Lastly, the cost-based pricing is setting the price based on the cost production, manufacturing, and distribution of the product. The second thing that I have learned is the difference between everyday low pricing EDLP strategy and a high-low strategy. The EDLP is like everyday stable price. The price is set between regular no sales price and deep discount sales price. Well, a high-low pricing is like the price is set higher than EDLP competitors but promote frequently sales featuring lower price. The last thing that I have learned is tactic used to reduce price to consumer. There are several ways like giving quantity discount, seasonal discount, coupon, rebate, and so on. Different price tactics can attract more customers and maximize their profit. However, there are two questions that I confuse, which is how the company identify the most suitable price strategy to use to improve their sales. The second question is how the firm can attract the customer if the competitor use the same pricing strategy and tactic to promote their product. Last but not least, I learned how to solve a problem from a variety perspective during work with my group mate. Working in a group helped me to examine topic from a different perspective. Also, hearing different perspectives can help me to compare, construct, and integrate their perspective and show the weakness in my own idea, so that the best solution can be generated and extracted to solve the problem. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Jing Feng, matric number 26238. First thing that I have learned about from topic 15 is I can identify the three model that company use to set their price. First model is cost-based pricing strategy. Cost-based price is practice of setting price based on the cost of the goods and service being sold. Second model is value-based pricing strategy. Value-based pricing is a strategy for pricing goods or service that adjusts the price based on its previous value rather than on its historical price. Third model is competition-based pricing strategy. Competition-based pricing is a pricing strategy in which a company sets its price for its product after observing the competition. Second things that I learned from this topic is predatory pricing. Predatory pricing is the practice of using below cost pricing to undercut competitors and establish an unfair market advantage. Predatory pricing is a method in which a seller set a price so low that other suppliers cannot compete and are forced to exit the market. Third thing that I learned from the topic is price fixing. Price fixing is the practice colluding with other firms to control price. Price fixing may be either horizontal or vertical. Horizontal price fixing occur when competitors who produce and sells competing product or service collude or work together to control price, effectively taking price out of the decision process for consumer. Vertical price fixing arrangement include agreement by manufacturer to set minimum or maximum resale price for their product. First question that I still have about topic 15 is what pricing strategy should be considered when introducing a new product. Second question is what common pricing strategy are considered to be illegal or unethical. One thing that I have learned from the reflection of other group members are we break down our task into manageable pieces. First, we break the group project down into tasks. Then we perform a task analysis using virtual meeting. Next, we set deadline and assign task owners. We also help each other by keep track of tasks so that to perform a good group project. That's all for my reflection. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Weng and my metric number is 263190. The first of the three things that I have learned about this topic is that the firms use three different methods to develop pricing strategies, which include cost-based pricing methods, competition-based pricing methods, and value-based pricing methods. Next, the second thing that I have learned about this topic is that the pricing tactics used in the business to consumer settings are rebates, markdowns, coupons, leasing, price bundling, price lining, and leader pricing. Whereas the pricing tactics used in the business-to-business settings are seasonal and cash discounts, allowances, quantity discounts, and uniform deliver versus Zoom pricing. The third thing that I have learned about this topic is that the pricing practices that are considered to be illegal or unethical are deceptive or illegal price advertising, predatory pricing, price discrimination, and price fixing. So there are two questions I still have thought about this topic. The first one would be, which pricing method is the best for a firm to use in order to achieve higher sales? The second question is, why does the seller use price discrimination on the customers? Basically, I have learned one new thing from my group members when we were preparing our group magazine reports, which is designing using Canva. For instance, the group magazine reports were designed by using Canva which is an Australian graphic design platform that used to create social media graphics, documents, posters, presentations, and other visual content. Canva was used to design our group magazine reports because it is easy to use and free of charge. It also contains different backgrounds, templates, images, fonts, and stickers, which is convenient for us to use as we do not have professional design skills. Most importantly, we can share the designs with our team members to do the edit together, which can encourage the teamwork among us. That's all about the reflection for me. Thank you.
My name is Jing. Meeting number is 26336. The three things that I learned in this chapter are everyday low pricing versus higher low pricing, business pricing tactics and discount, and deceptive or illegal price advertising. For the everyday low pricing versus higher low pricing, I learned that everyday low pricing is the pricing tag setting by company lower than competitor for everyday and then not having any special sales. As a result, everyday low pricing is encouraged consistent customer traffic in store while achieving profitability through volume. While the high-low pricing involves setting prices that are higher than everyday low pricing store but having special sales where prices are lower than competitor price, marketing personnel is hoping that products sold at deep discount, often called loss leader, will increase traffic in store and increase the sale of other higher profit margin items. Therefore, the customer who wants to buy something urgent can choose everyday low pricing strategy compared to high low pricing strategy. In contrast, those who want to buy something that can wait until annual sales can choose high low pricing strategy. In business pricing static and discount, I learned that have several tactics which are seasonal discount, cash discount, allowance, quantity discount, and uniform deliver versus trend pricing. In my opinion, I only know about the large quantity brought from manufacturer will get more discount from them, and more of the cheaper charge depends on geography, delivery area. Therefore, I increase my knowledge in the business pricing tactic and discounts that not only quantity discount and jump pricing, but they have discount based on seasonal cash discount for buyers pay the involved bill to the end of the discount period, allowance of new product and uniform delivery. Last thing that I learned on this topic is deceptive or illegal price advertising include deceptive reference price, loose leader pricing, and bad and switch. All of this use misleading and false statement in advertising and promotion to attract buyers. Normally this is illegal because seller put higher price and mark the original price as a discount price to increase the sales. Most of the customers will believe that they get a discount on the product. Therefore, sellers are breaking the law as taking advantage of customer. The two questions that I still have draft are different customer perceived value difference and vertical pricing mix. For different customer perceived value difference is what are the standardized to use for sellers to determine the customer values position? Vertical pricing mix is price set by manufacturer assigned to sell by consumer stock. So how to increase the sales in each consumer stock? One thing that I learned from a reflection of crew member is the difference between price scheming and marketing penetration pricing. In this chapter, I learned the price scheming is used for new and innovation product or service, and market penetration pricing help brands build market share for their new product. Okay, through the reflection of crew members, I learned that price scheming is set a higher price to maximize profit in short term by targeting customer most interested in that product. And market penetration pricing is rapidly penetration the market to bring down unit costs, build out loyal customer base, and create barriers to entry. That's all for me. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is YING and my number metric is 26383. From this chapter, strategy, price method and tactic, I have learned about the three things which are customer value-based pricing, cost-based pricing and competition-based pricing. These three things is the major pricing strategy. First, customer value-based pricing. Good pricing usually start with customer and their perception of value. Eventually, the customer will decide whether a product is worth its price or not. Therefore, we start with customer value. When customer buy a product, they exchange something of the value to get something of the value. Therefore, it's crucial to understand how much value consumer place on the benefit they receive from the product and setting a price that captures actually the value. Second, cost-based pricing. While in customer value pricing, customer perception of value are key to setting price. In cost-based pricing, the seller costs are the primary considered costs set the floor for the price that the company on charge. Therefore, cost-based pricing involves setting price based on the cost for production, distributing, and selling the product. In order to make some profit, a fair rate to return is added to account for effort and risk. And the last, competition-based pricing. Competition-based pricing involves setting price based on competitor strategy, cost, price, and market offering. In highly competitive market, consumers will base their judgment of a product value on the price that competitor charge for similar product. However, in assessing competitor pricing strategy, the company should ask several questions. First of all, how does the company's market offering compare with competitor market offering in terms of customer value? If customer perceive that the company's product provides greater value, the company can charge a higher price. Secondly, how strong are current competitors and what are their pricing strategy? If the market is already dominated by large, low-price competitors, the company may be better advised to target and serve market niche with the value-add price and product. In the chapter, I don't know how to difference the EDLP and high-low pricing because these two pricing strategies make me confused to differentiate them. Well, the horizontal price fixing and the vertical price fixing also make me confused to differentiate them. From the reflection video of my group member Kai-Xuan, she had explained that the difference between the EDLP and the high-low pricing. From the explanation of the video, I had learned about the difference between the everyday low price EDLP and high-low pricing. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Kai-Xuan and my metric number is 263570. Firstly, I'm going to discuss about the three things that I have learned in chapter 15, pricing strategies. In this chapter, I have learned about the three methods that firms use to set their prices. One of the methods is value-based pricing. Value-based pricing is a strategy of setting price primarily based on consumer perceived value of the product or service. It has several advantages which include potentially higher price points, increased perceived value, and helps to develop higher quality products. On the other hand, it also comprises of some disadvantages such as lower markups, harder to set a price than other strategies, and requires more time and resources. The second thing that I have learned in this chapter is the differences between everyday low price strategy and high-low pricing strategy. In everyday low price strategy, it allows companies to set a low price without making their customer wait for deals, while high-low pricing strategy implies setting a high price initially and then lowering it during promotional campaigns. Everyday low price strategy allows stores to predict demand and prevent sharp fluctuations that occur during high-low pricing campaigns. Furthermore, companies don't have to pay regularly for promoting one-day deals as high-low pricing requires. Next, the differences between price scheming and market penetration pricing are the third thing that I have learned in this chapter. Price scheming is a strategy that occurs in many markets and particularly for new and innovative products or services. With scheming, the prices are set high to maximize profits in the short term by targeting the customer most interested in your product. On the other hand, market penetration pricing means you offer a low price to attract many customers. You rapidly penetrate the market, bring down unit costs, build out a loyal customer base, and create barriers to entry. Next, I am going to discuss about the two questions that I have still about this chapter. Firstly, I am still not understanding about the pricing tactic which aim to consumers such as markdowns, price bundling, leader pricing, and price cleaning. The second question that I am not understand is the legal and ethical aspect of pricing such as deceptive or illegal price advertising and price discrimination. Lastly, one thing that I have learned from the reflection of my group member is business pricing tactics and discount. I learned that a seasonal discount is a discount which is offered on seasonal goods or at seasons. For example, YONG offers discount on clothes when there is a festival such as Chinese New Year, Hari Raya, Hari Deepavali, and so on. Then I also learned about cash discount, which refers to an incentive that a seller offers to a buyer in return for paying a bill before the scheduled due date. This can motivate the buyer to pay their bills within the specified time.
Good day, I'm student metric number 265478. First of all, in chapter 15, pricing strategy, I learned about the three methods that companies use to set their price. These three methods are cost-based, competition-based, and value-based pricing strategy. Pricing that is mostly focused on cost is known as cost-based pricing. Meanwhile, competition-based pricing refer to price that are mostly based on competitors' expected and observed price. On the other hand, value-based pricing is based on the value that the product delivers to a predefined segment of customer. Next, I also learned about the static used to reduce price to consumer in this chapter. Marketers use a range of strategies to provide consumer with lower price. The markdown, quantity discount, seasonal discount, coupon rebate, legend, price bundling, leader pricing, and price line are some of the strategies used. For example, leader pricing involves retail pricing certain product or service at very low price with the hope that the same customer will also buy others more profitable items. Lastly, I also learned about the static used to reduce price to business in this chapter. Some business-oriented pricing static include seasonal discount, cash discount, allowance, and quantity discount. Above all, seasonal discount encourage retail to buy ahead of the typical sale seasons. Meanwhile, cash discount encourage them to pay bill earlier. Besides that, allowance encourage retail to promote a manufacture, wear, or store new product. Additionally, quantity discount may encourage retail to buy more quantity within a specified time period or a single order. However, I still have two concerns about this chapter. First, what is the difference between a cumulative and non-cumulative quantity discount? Second, why do consumers prefer straightforward pricing in one situation but like coupons and promotions in another? Last but not least, one important thing that I learned from the group member during the group discussions is to understand and accept group members with different viewpoints. This is because we can more easily discover mutual beneficial ideas once we see the questions and scenario from both our own and the other members' viewpoint. During group assignment, we were able to work effectively and promote idea generations and creativity. We were able to complete our group assignment by the deadline. That's all from me. Thank you.